there, friends. I'm just popping in for my final update on the 100 Days project and some things like pivot and shift and niche. And I wasn't sure what the 100 Day project was all about, but now I am. So come along. Through the 100 days of kind of chaos and frantically just producing a lot of all kinds of different fun things and working through a lot of cruelty and grief and just keeping on and then finding out why. So let's take a look. Did you do the 100 Day project? Did you love it? What did it mean to you? I just remember seeing people talking about doing it and why they weren't, or why they were going to, and what it meant to them, what it did for them. And I just knew I wanted to do it. I think I just needed it as something to hold on to for 100 days. As we continue to wade through deep, deep grief and some pretty excruciating cruelty, and just something to plan on and count on. And I didn't give myself any rules, and I allowed myself whatever kind of came up as far as classes I was taking and things I was wanting to try. And it's a whole variety, including gardening in our high country, wild, lazy girl style cottage garden. But it's a beautiful time of year and lots of long bike ride commutes and then hours of practicing different types of creativity. And so the 100 Days project finished for me on June 13th. It's hard to even know where we are in time and space these days, but I wasn't sure. But now I am, because I started listening to some amazing podcasts and following some amazing people, the Made Remarkable podcast. And I am going to use what I have been doing to shift and pivot and niche and find where I am supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm so excited. There have been huge shifts, massive changes. I'm going to embrace them, continue with them, be really, really cleaning out and narrowing down. And all of the things that I did during the 100 days are going to be used to try to find a focus. And I've also recently posted a video about kind of a funny little portfolio of my whole life and my art practices and being found. So for the 100 Days project, I started when everyone started, maybe a few days late. I made this book, which is also another video that I showed how, for an art journal. And then I allowed myself to also just start looking through piles of things I've done before and putting them in this book, along with new things that I'm doing currently. So I've started so many different journals and art books, but I am going to use all of them as a study and find what my next steps are, along with a couple of amazing courses that I'm taking now that are to help you find that. Instead of flailing about, which has been part of the process. So I'm going with it. So I'm looking through all of the things I've been doing the last couple of years. What have I done and why have I done it? Apparently, I love making altered books. I love making collage art. I have boxes and boxes full. And I would like to use those in what I believe is coming up. These are new books that are going to be put together, and they are all envelopes from the trash. This can be a tutorial. If anyone requests it, I will make a little video. And I may sell these. I need to start selling all of these books I've made. These are books from my very first online course that I produced during the most horrible year of my life. And it's pretty sweet, actually. And this is a kit that I have recently put together. If people would like to take the course and not put the supplies together, here is a kit. It's on my Etsy shop. These may be my favorite. These are teeny, teeny, tiny books that are so precious, and I love using up little things. It's Colleen Atara. I will link what class that came from in the information. This is an altered book made from an adorable old Reader's Digest book and filled with ephemera and art papers and ready to use for an art journal, a recipe keeper, a prayer journal, a travel journal, a gift, anything. This is a little adorable, the sweetest little journal, and I have made a free tutorial on this YouTube channel for how to make these, and I guess it went viral, and I have kits for these as well. It's very sweet. There's the kit for the sweetest little journal. Those are in my Etsy shop. The tutorial is free. This was a kind of a combo, adorable little journal that I made in Fodder School 3, I believe, is this year. No, 2 last year. Another adorable little book. Again, a journal, an art journal, a prayer journal, a photo journal, a recipe keeper, a travel journal, anything you want it to be. And they're all made, upcycled, reimagined from things you have on hand, art papers you may have made in classes. This is another Fodder School altered journal book, art journal. It's fabric and paper, art papers, deliciousness. This is all watercolor paper, and I call it a watercolor splash journal, and I made these with my grand blessings. We had a great time splashing watercolor all over the place outside, and they each made a book. This is another adorable Reader's Digest book, emptied and altered into a fodder keeper from Fodder School. This one isn't complete. It's just almost just like a kit ready for someone to put together. So emptying old books and filling them with deliciousness. This is from Fodder School, and it is meant to be hilarious. I tried to be serious about it when I showed it the first time, but And of course, I didn't follow the directions correctly. I just went ahead and made it how I wanted and made it quite silly. It's supposed to be like a family album, but it's just fun and silly. But it's kind of a matchbook style book with old photos and funny stories. And it was for a project in fodder school. We are that family. This is a altered book or journal that I made out of a shopping bag from a spa. We went away soon after our son had passed, and my husband was with some friends and they all went dirt biking, and I stayed in this lovely hotel room with my stash of goodness and created a journal out of a shopping bag that I took apart. I may sell it in my Etsy shop because I have way too many. So watch for that. I might list a lot of these handmade altered books, journals, art books, albums, travel journals. They're just full of ephemera, art pages, beautiful photos, old book pages, and they're ready to fill with whatever they are meant to be filled with. Write your own book, write your own music, make your own art, fill it with photos, recipes, whatever the need is, or all of the above. So this is even before the 100-day project. This is a little art journal I have at home, and I was just doing a couple things at home away from my shop and studio. So now, after all, and with what I'm learning, I'm thinking about what might be my favorite color palette. Looking through all the things that I've done in the past 100 days on my own and in various classes and courses. All kinds of practice with elements, supplies, charcoal, a ruling pen, handmade ruling pen, making my own marks, color mixing, all different kinds of substrates. This is tracing, holding up to a window and tracing something to paint it, playing with watercolor. This is playing with shabbying up newspaper and magazine catalog pages to use. And I'm going to do a tutorial on this and a few other things that I've been having fun with. Those are the underpapers of that process. Isn't that fabulous? There's beauty and art everywhere, everywhere. And I love using what you have on hand or using simple everyday things to make all of this happen. This was a course in florals and tiny little studies and sketches, fast, with the least amount of brush strokes possible. I'm sitting at home and I wonder if you can hear the hummingbirds out the window and the dogs barking next door. I loved this floral class. I love flowers. So there's one. It's not done. A lot of these need to be edited, and that's what I'm learning about. What to get rid of, what to give away, what to edit, and what to sell. And it's going to happen. This is funny. It's like there's a fern on the outside of the glass. I don't know what I was thinking. And here's a big one. We had to create our own bouquets, and paint from them. And this needs a tabletop, but I really am liking it. So I will edit that. And one day I just wanted to watch a Bob Ross to relax and relieve some anxiety. And then I thought, I can do that. And so I did, and it was so fun. And I want to go there. I would like to fix some things in it or have a redo. But I'm looking at all of these things, and I'm going to niche, pivot. I'm going to figure out where I belong and what I am supposed to be doing, because I don't need to be doing 57 things. If you, after you watch this, and maybe the other video I've posted about my lifetime portfolio, which is really pretty funny, if you get some hints about what it is I'm supposed to niche down onto, please let me know in the comments. This was a fun evening of using stamps and very cheap watercolor from Walmart and fussy cutting for a bunch of elements for altered and collage art and assemblage. I'm getting some ideas of what it is I should niche down to, and I'm getting excited, but I'm not quite positive yet. I'm watching and learning and growing and seeing where it is I'm supposed to settle so that I'm not flailing about. So this was just one evening of play. And I could do a tutorial about how this was done too. It's ridiculously simple. And my favorite word, fun. And then this was something I saw somewhere on YouTube. And I had to try it, and it only took a few minutes. And I think they're just fabulous for elements in art and altered journals. And I'm also going to, this will be added into a YouTube free tutorial here on YouTube soon, showing how quickly those were made. And these. And I really love them. So I'm kind of watching along with everyone else and trying to catch hold of where I should niche. So those are just some adorable little elements I saved from the things I showed in those last few minutes. Here's another one. I'm taking a really wonderful painting course from Kathy Odom. And This is my first attempt, my first rough draft. I also want to teach making these bowls I invented. So kind of just watching, listening, waiting. I'm excited. I'm taking these courses. Taking long bike rides, spending time in the garden, watching things grow, waiting and wondering, and absolutely using this 100-day project and the video that shows a lot of what I have created since childhood and the chaos of the past few years, which has forced me to let a lot of things go. And I'm going to be taking advice from some people I really, really respect and admire and learn. To not be operating in such chaos. So these were the early days of the garden a few weeks ago. Our season is so short. And I also have a video of my method, my lazy girl method of growing our wild and crazy and beautiful high Rocky Mountain cottage garden. Everything is thriving so beautifully. Roses, peonies, iris, veggies, greens, they're all mixed in together in a really fun way. And it goes crazy really fast. Our season is so short. But seeking beauty constantly and understanding. Stay curious, my friends, and keep creating, and share your thoughts in the comments if you'd like to. See you next time.